to bring out a string quartet.
Yeah, that was part of the awesomeness of it. All right. One more. One more. Because I'm a greedy creator.
Don't want to stop at 69.
No, no. That's too good for both parties. I need it to be 70, so I'm on top somehow. Oh, that's out of tune. And we're back. 3:30, it's time to forgiving. Gentle and peaceful each day. Warm and human and grateful. Have a good thing to say. Thoughtful and trustful and childlike. Witty and happy and wise. Be honest and love all your neighbors. Obsequious, purple, and clairvoyant. Be pompous, obese, and eat cactus. Be dull and boring and underpresent. Criticize things you don't know about. Be oblong and have your knees removed. Be tasteless, rude, and offensive. Live in a swamp, be three-dimensional. Put a live chicken in your underwear. Get all excited and go to a yawning festival. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to play it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy. In every life we have some trouble. When we worry, we make it double. Don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Ooh. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Landlord say the rent is late. You may have to litigate. Don't worry. Be happy. 'Cause when you worry, your face will frown. That will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy. Look at me, I'm happy. Ain't got no cash, ain't got no style. Ain't got no that, some gal to make you smile. But don't worry. Be happy. Little sippity sip. Last stream for the evening for me. No surge on this one. Well, you don't always get lucky. I was hopeful that I would get that support today. Hey, hey. I am wearing quite the awesome t-shirt. That's a good way. Hey. Hey, the one and only. Hello. I was in the zone. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I was just doing my thing. Said hi, said hi, said hi, said hi. It's been a grand old day for me. I got a lot of t-shirts and look at this one I'm wearing. It's quite awesome. Look at that. Yeah, it's got the old logo. It's beautiful. So I'm sitting here and playing my last stream and wondering if I can get one sub, maybe. Get a little take a little bubble. Oh, there it was. Oh, there's another one. Oh, they're multiplying. I had some carbonation. Oh, so yeah. Oh my God, it's Monday morning. It's officially the next day. Well, thank you very much, one and only. That's kind of you to say. I'm feeling certain things inside. I think there are things I cannot hide. So I'm sharing this with you. On Father's Day I was blue, 'cause I miss my dad, and that made me sad. But being in control of my agency means enjoy the moment. But I had a couple of small dwelling moments of reflection. It's like a train. Neptune stars is back. Said hi, said hi, said hi. Cool one and only said hi as well. Well, Neptune stars answer the first one. Even though he says he is not tired, I'm glad you're not tired, so you can hang out for a little time. It's only 12:20 where I am. You are an hour ahead of me, and that's okay because you got me. Hee hee. Hee hee. I've been on and off all day. It's been a full day of streaming for me. On and off all day. Got my t-shirts in. Streamed with Stephen Cutler live. I played with the legendary Sparky. I don't know what else I can talk about. I mean, I've done so much already. It's overwhelming. I don't know why I put that southern that's like a plantation owner. That voice right there. The Russian voice would be a little different. You're the voice for after Cindy Lou Who. I'm the voice after for Cindy Lou Who. Cindy Lou Who. Wharton here's a who. You think the Grinch didn't get her poo? Oh, Cindy Lou, poor Cindy Lou. She liked the green for way too much. Oh, Cindy Lou, Cindy Lou, Cindy Lou. You wanted that Grinch lost for you. It was all about Cindy Lou Who. What about it? I didn't even know how to say that. Akajamami. Akajamani, but that. Stairway to Heaven. I've heard of the song. Or are you on a Stairway to Heaven? Or do you just walk in the room and go, do what I want? What are you, one of those Democrats? You can't just come right in here and ask for a request. You gotta say hello, introduce yourself at best. You can't just come in here thinking you own the whole world. You need to get serious about the way you go through life, and that's just what I'm saying. You don't have to listen if you don't want. But if you want to get your way, you gotta give some back. So nah. And so, all of these entitled people, they come in here and they go, play this, play that. Do I see a super chat? Do I even see a kind hello? How are you? Hello, how are you doing today? Could you possibly play? Nothing, just like, yeah, do what I want. I just walked in and now you're going to do what I tell you to do. No, I'm not. You do Stairway to Heaven. You walk up that Stairway to Heaven. I am not your jukebox. There is nothing you can do that you compel me except large chunks of money you don't have. Hey, prove me wrong with a super chat. trying to say I'm the voice actor for Cindy Lou Who. Well, boo-hoo for Cindy Lou Who. Said hi, said hi, said hi. Y2K day, said hi, said hi, said hi. Oh, why good day? As if it was practiced that way. Look at that. Nothing up my sleeves. I don't even have any real sleeves. I got little slots. I got slots in fabric. How are you, Y2K day? Year 2000 day. See my new t-shirt today? That shirt. Isn't that awesome? This, you just can't say that this isn't an awesome t-shirt because it says awesome right there. Let's get that cool style. It's like a very high belly button. Oh, now you want to talk. Hi. If you don't know already, my name is Kevin G Nicholson. I'm the host of this YouTube channel. I am residing in Danielson, Connecticut, which is the upper northeast corner of Connecticut, which is a state in the United States in the upper northeast corner of the United States, which resides on this globe that we all exist on called the planet Earth. It is 12:14 a.m. here. I am broadcasting in Eastern Standard Time, and I'm pretty sure my left ball has just dropped down to my knee. And that's a testicular error that I think is going to need to be corrected soon. But luckily, I don't have to do it right this second. I'm going to go back to playing. My left ball is hanging low. I have no semen left to flow. I'm 54 years of age, and yet I look real great today. the awesome t-shirt. It's the cool demeanor. It's the positive outlook. And it's just me all around. More, 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 Ole! Can I have a little sip of that. That was, what do I think of my life? I don't know if you can read that shirt right there. It's pretty awesome. That says awesome in English if you can't read English. Yeah, I'm liking my life pretty well. I'm all right. I'm okay. In this moment, I have my own personal agency. There are no bombs are falling. I'm fed. I'm clothed. And I even have a little alcohol to make myself a little loopy. Yay! I have many, but you can't go back and undo them. You can only go forward. I wish I wouldn't have nurtured scorpions. That's my biggest thing to pass along. My biggest regret is nurturing creatures that were inevitably going to do me harm. That's my only real big regret. The standard thing that I would say, and listen my advice. Don't lie, don't steal, I am being nice. Try not to lie, so I don't have to remember stuff I lied about. I don't steal 'cause it ain't really mine, and I wouldn't like it if someone else were to take all my stuff. Don't lie, don't steal, I'm being nice. Here's the unrequested advice. People are quite terrible, but here's my advice. Don't lie, don't steal, and for the love of Christ, be nice. Well, you know, to blanket anybody all in one group, whether it's age, sex, religion, color, la 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 la, there are good kids and there are bad kids. There are good adults, there are bad adults. There are good old people, there are bad old people. There are good white people, there are good black people. There's good and bad in all variations of the quantum universe. So what do I think of the younger generation? I think, as I look at it as a blanket statement, as a whole, a lot of them have a sense of entitlement, and they don't understand that the laws of man exist within the laws of nature and not vice versa. So that's what I think. I think there's a lot of entitlement, and I think there's a lot of we can do whatever we want regardless of physics. And I'm sorry, laws of nature were here first. We can't we can't change it just because we have a whim. So that's my answer. Quantum physics, the baseline is the act of observing the particle changes the particle. The fact, even though it's through a machine, the fact that you're observing me changes my disposition and the way that I'm going to correlate in the quantum environment, which means my timeline from this point could branch off in many different directions. And the fact that I'm being observed by you can actually nudge me on a very tiny level to go in one direction or another. Whether you're even trying to or not, it's going to inevitably happen, because those particles, which cannot be in an assembled superposition, because we can never observe a particle and know exactly where it is. Hence, the observation of the particle changes the particle. That's my knowledge of quantum physics. How was that? Didn't think I could spew that out, did you? I would like to think so. It depends on who you are, what you're into, I'd like to think I'm a relatively bright guy, but true wisdom is knowing that I'm an imbecile. So, if I understand there is always something about the future that I don't know, well, only thing you can do is give it the old college try and do your best. Adapt as things come forward. Because what else are we going to do? You could despair. Despair ain't going to do anything. Protesting doesn't seem to do shit. Do I enjoy solitude or my own company? I'm assuming is that question. I really enjoy my own company, but I am a social creature, and there are times when I go out socially. Of course, it's a lot of it's chemistry and mood. But yeah, I enjoy I enjoy my quiet time because I get a lot done. Very constructive. If you see behind me, you'll see paintings on the walls, and I've done those. I've been painting since I was a child, and so I'm very creative. From the T-shirt, the paintings, the music. So the solitude is very important for me to have that time to create, and then the company is very good to get feedback on that and try to flush out, what am I doing that's working? What am I doing that's not? And, just getting different points of view. I think that's important because that helps solidify anything that I might construct or create to have a little more longevity, hopefully. Again, true wisdom knowing I know nothing. Yes, I have times I miss fondly. I miss the time I spent with my dad. I miss having my beautiful girlfriend. I miss my beautiful dog. He was something. Many things have come to pass I miss, but we don't get to change the time we have. And now that I'm older, I admit I should have held them closer. I should have held them closer when I had them. They got a little deep, even for me. I'm here. Dream place to go. It all depends on the company. I could be at a garbage dump, but if I'm with the right people, that's a great place. My most favorite place is here. I like it. It's peaceful. You know, I'm not in any mortal danger. Most of the people around here like me pretty much. I get to grow pumpkins. I have a great pumpkin patch I'm growing. I get to, I get to do a lot of stuff. And although I'm not monetarily wealthy, I do feel I'm very spiritually wealthy, if not in tune. I'm now interested in this conversation where you have asked questions. Now I'm like, what could he possibly ask next? Yes, I do, and I've worked hard to keep it that way. I've had to self-evict some other tenants who were quite unkind. But now I have a nice niche of my own in this big universe, and I get to create a lot of stuff. Is it art or is it poultry? Oh, that's kind of an interesting question. Do I prefer happiness or peace? Peace is the pretty much the absence of war, so the absence of conflict. However, happiness is abundance manifesting itself in front of you. So I'm going to go with happiness upon reflection with that. It's like, I'd rather be happy than right any day. I'd really, you can be right all you want. I'd rather be happy. We're talking about, see, you said philosophy, and I start thinking Aristotle and Socrates, and then it starts switching over later on in history where it starts getting into, Jung and Freud and psychologists, even to the modern day where it gets to like someone like Jordan Peterson or other clinical psychologists. Well, that's the rub. Happiness cannot last forever. Life needs a high and a low. If you didn't have both of them, you'd have nothing to show off the other side. The contrast is very important. Well, again, I've never met any of those people in real life. I know them from history and study. If I were to meet them on my own, I assume they would want to be my buddy. Really reaching there. I am pretty philosophical. In general, but that depends. Depends on what's going on. Jeez, I've been on for 40 minutes already. See, you get a good conversation going. You want to keep whacking at it. I think I am pretty absurd in and of itself. I mean, if you think about everything. I mean, it's all kind of. Have you seen a platypus? I mean, the things that can exist in nature that do. It's the fact that any of us are sentient and self-aware, and that we have any agency over our own direction is pretty amazing in and of itself. But you know, again, true wisdom, knowing I know nothing. My thoughts themselves may seem absurd to somebody else. But I mean, ultimately, again, once you break it down, it's like what you were saying earlier. With you can't have happiness forever. You need the positive versus the negative. Otherwise, you have no basis for comparison, and you can't appreciate being happy or sad. Then you're just a null object. Oh, absolutely. Perhaps, but not in the sense that's talked to me directly. And I believe that if there is a consciousness that is another dimension above us or in some sort of realm that we can't understand, I would hope that once we pass, that energy will somehow manage to coalesce and that we do not lose our individuality when we pass over. But I have no empirical evidence for that whatsoever. That's where it turns into hopes. Hope that there is a loving God, but no empirical evidence. So yeah. And if it just kind of all blinks out and it goes to science, well, here's where science kind of gives me something interesting. If you believe the Big Bang Theory, where, okay, you had a lot of really condensed matter that just exploded and that went through the universe, and that at some point it's going to reach the edge of its trajectory, and that the mass is going to start going backwards, which means we have to live all this backwards. Even after we're going to have to like raise from the dead, and then we're going to have to go back to when we're freaking, and that could be like an epic thing forever. And that's probably why the quantum universe exists, so we can keep rewinding and then set it off in a little direction. Well, I was reading it, and then you redacted it. Did he? Well, I don't know. Are people actually talking to you? I mean, man created Chat GPT, and people are talking to that like it's their girlfriend. So, did God create human beings because he was lonely? Maybe. Or maybe he just, blew loading the wrong lady. I mean, who knows? I mean, that's the thing. Once you start, trying to deify, or not deify, the moment you start to look at cosmic things as acts of benevolence or malevolence, I think that kind of traps us, intellectually speaking, anyway. I think humans created God as an ideal, and I think that's proof. I think we have proof of that because a lot of people do believe. So, and here's a believer of Allah to join in on the philosophical conversation that we're having this evening. Hello, believer of Allah. I certainly think that I don't need that illusion in my life to make myself feel less lonely. I think a lot of the religious dictations seem to create isolation rather than compassion and camaraderie. I was winding down and then I got into a conversation in here, and that's why I'm still going because Sparky did two sets. He did two runs. And so I figure, all right, I'm going to do one more before I go down. And then we started talking about philosophy and whether I'd rather be happy or at peace, in which case I said happy, despite the fact that we agreed that it's only a momentary thing. You can't keep that forever. But I'd rather do that and then be up and down rather than just be a cosmic null point. So that's what you walked in on. A little bit of wine makes you feel fine. Red, red wine. Ah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the end of your evening, as I am. Well, actually, technically, it's Monday morning, so but I'm pretty pleased. I mean, look how awesome that looks. It's an awesome T-shirt. No work for me, no work for Sparky. No, it's a good thing. Gonna get a little tuned up. Yep. Mm-hmm. See who's coming my way. Mm-hmm. Well, that changed things. Mm-hmm. All right, Matty. Let's see what's going on there. I want to take a look. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So it's been a pleasant evening overall. A long day. I've been, as you know, I've been streaming in and out all day long, getting other stuff done in the interim. Well, he was pretty lit. You're talking about Steve Cutler live. He's a great guitar player. But yeah, sometimes sometimes he goes off the old he goes off the path, as we all have done time and at one time or another. Well, I've met a ton of them. Yeah, well, and you're entitled to leave. He's on. Honestly, you're probably going to see him more on the channel, not less, because he creates and he does some good stuff. What do I think of capitalism? I thought it was a nice attempt. Ultimately, I want to see a utopian system that works. So I don't care if it's I would like something where we manage to maintain our free will and yet still be able to have some sort of uh, where we wouldn't have to bow to authoritarianism. But I mean, I haven't seen anything better politically. I mean, socialism ends up in people getting killed. Communism they're all getting killed regardless. It doesn't seem to be someplace that there doesn't seem to be a political system where the meek does inherit the earth. The only thing I can say is, well, don't tune in when he's on. I mean, uh, that mindset is kind of like, well, I better cancel him or I'm not coming back. And I ain't canceling anybody. It's way too easy to do that nowadays. The moment someone gets their button a tizzy, everyone's like, kick him out, kick him out. Yeah, I'm keeping an open mind. And as much as I respect you, that doesn't mean I'm going to bring anyone else down. What do I think of Buddhism? Um, I think it seems more natural And when I say that, I mean it seems more in the style of the universe, the way the universe seems to have unfolded. Well, then I appreciate that. And I hope that continues. I know Sparky appreciates you. I certainly appreciate you. You know full well I've done whole videos due to your recommendations. And it's and we'll continue to do so. I don't know if I can do a dark side because there really isn't a dark side anymore now that Arthur Vair's area is kind of cleaned up a little bit, but you know, but there's still plenty of stuff that's going to go around, and I'm still going to, document it like I have been doing. No, no, Sparky did not. I managed to acquire myself a couple of beers for the night. And notice it's not Natty Ice, and that's how you know it's not really mine. But I was able to grab a few because, they have blue laws here. And on Saturday, they don't sell booze after 5 p.m. And I forgot about that. Or not Saturday, Sunday. I forgot it was Sunday. And so I was like, damn, I missed the package store. So I couldn't get any alcohol. So I improvised. And now everything's okay. For another day. Yeah, Sparky would, and I don't think Sparky would buy me booze, considering he's been in AA for like 20 years. He doesn't touch it. The fact that I can even drink in front of him kind of amazes me a little bit. But at the same time, it's my house, so I live here. You can't keep me from doing what I ordinarily do, as long as I'm not being too douchey. And generally, I'm a pretty happy buzz. So that's where I'm at. Why do we live with difficulty and face so many problems if in the end we're going to die? Ooh, these are deep questions. Well, A, what's the alternative? I mean, it's at some point we are going to die in difficulty. Here's another. Let's go even deeper. What's the point of me doing all this music and all this art and making all this video if eventually the earth is going to crash into the sun and it's all going to be disintegrated? So there'll be no record of my existence. There'll be no record of all the work that I put in. There'll be nothing even passed on to humanity because obviously humanity is going to get fried up by the same cosmic forces that are going to take everything eventually with entropy. So why do we do it? I think part of it's by genetic design. I mean, we are part of the universe. If we're sentient and we're aware and we're here, I could choose to go out in the middle of the street and wait for a car and jump in front of it, or I could stay here and I could talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Why do we live with difficulty? Well, because otherwise we die without difficulty. What's the option? Well, you say that. They're asking some good questions. I'm getting some good questions tonight. And this is like philosophical deep diving. I think there's nothing purer than a mother's love for their offspring. And beyond that, I have serious doubts and reservations about romantic love. Boy, something just set your panties on the wrong way, didn't it, Maddie? What got you going into drinking like this? You're like, this guy's a douche, and that guy's a douche. He just asked me, what do you think about love? He's a douche for asking that question. Really? I'm stressed. I'm stressed. All right. And I get it, but all the negative energy, oh my God. Well, I get that. I mean, in-laws. And that's the difficulty he was talking about. Why? Why do we have to deal with the difficult in-laws? Well, because we love her and she loves them, and so we have to deal with the people who annoy us because, that's people we love's family. There's, in my family, there are aunts who were married to guys who were pretty toolish, and some who I still think are tools. But you endure them, and you go, well, they see something in them that they love, and they seem to, want to coexist. So I wish the best for my aunts and uncles and my cousins and stuff, and I hope they manage to have full, fulfilling, happy lives. More laughter than tears, if I can call it. Well, and I appreciate that love. That love should go into the world more often. It's and I'm not oblivious as much as I'm in my little peaceful Danielson, Connecticut quiet corner bubble that on the other side of the world people are lobbing bombs at each other. And I'm glad I'm not one of those people getting bombed. And I'm glad I don't have to be doing the bombing. I don't want to push those buttons. Hello, TL. Hello. Hello again. Da, 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 da. I've been on for another hour. It's amazing how quick it goes, especially when people start talking. I'm towards I'm towards the end of my run, just to do it again tomorrow. So why? Why would I do it? There's a big question. Why do nice people choose the wrong person to date? Well, there's the old car salesman thing, the bait and switch. The bait and switch seems to be a very common thing. That's when a girl will come up to a guy and she'll be on her best behavior and show her best qualities up front, like the cover of a book should. Buy me. Look at the cover. Look how beautiful this is. And then when you start reading into the book a little bit, then the girl goes, "Oh, well, I'm being read, so I better show this is where I make stuff up. This is where I go, no, I'm really good." And then by the time you get through that book, you realize, okay, this person wasn't genuine. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with yes. I lean towards optimism on a daily basis because I would like to think that there is a isomorphic partner out there for me personally. I still think there's a possibility. Granted, I'm a little long in the tooth and I'm getting a little old, but I'd still like to hope that there is a partner waiting to be a part of my life. Have I watched Shawshank Redemption? I have. And in fact, if I really concentrate very hard, I might be able to do a convincing Morgan Freeman. A one-horse camel makes a one-humped poop. A two-humped camel makes a two-humped poop. Just kidding. That's my Morgan Freeman. Carpe Diem, seize the day. Robin Williams, best at play. That was a depressing one, too. Anyway. But yeah, Carpe Diem is important. Yeah. Suck the marrow out of life. It's important. Oh, Captain, my captain. I always wanted to be the captain. And now I am. Hey. But the captain of what ship? That's a bigger question, isn't it? Well, an awesome ship. So I'm going with that. Why are the smart people are funny? I've met some very smart people who were not funny at all. But there are many humorous people that I have known that I appreciate who seem to see through a lot of the bullshit that other people are playing out. I think that's important. And I think smart people are smart enough to go, well, you got to laugh at it all. If you can't laugh at it all, what's the point? I mean, and what's the definition for smart? Well, for me, well, the smartest person is going to be the happiest person because he's like, yeah, I did it right. Yay. And I got joy out of it. I got happiness out of it. I got more laughter than tears out of it. I still, that's kind of my go-to. It's like, I wish more laughter than tears on most people. He's a smart fella, a fat fella. Well, and were either of them terribly smart? I mean, I loved Robin Williams as if I knew him in real, you know what I mean? Like I cried when he died. But in the end, was he smart? Because he ended up doing himself in at the end. And maybe there could have been, maybe there was a way out that he didn't see. So how smart was he? And I don't say that to disparage him in any way, shape, or form. I'm grateful that that human being existed and that he had such a, a positive influence, not just on my life, but on many lives. But was he really that smart? If he self-immolated at the end, who's to say? Yeah, and some of the best ones were sad as hell. Bicentennial Man and What Dreams May Come. Oh, both of them made me cry. Both of them made me, because they hit very deep, hit very, very real subjects. And if you allow yourself to immerse, then, they are great pieces of art. I mean, but Death to Smoochie, not so much. I mean, it was all right, but you got your high Popeye, same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, Robin Williams was still great, but not every piece of art that it's kind of like anything. I would like to think that some of my art, that's why I say, like, maybe like 30% of my art, of my body of work artistically is good. And you go, well, that means you got like 70% of shit, right? Well, maybe, but at least I got that 30% that I think is all right. But if I look at it and I say, hey, that's good, and there's always going to be someone else who goes, nah, that ain't so good. So again, it's all about your perspective, your point of view. So there's my answers to the questions. I'll take a few more. I mean, I've been going over an hour. If you got a couple other good ones, I'll field them. That's a good time. We have no choice but to observe what's going on outside and evaluate. So, yeah, I'm going to judge someone. If every time I go outside of my house, the neighbor hits me over the head with a bucket of shit, I'm not going to go out the front of the house and interact with that neighbor anymore. That is me judging a person based on the fact they hit me over the head with a bucket of shit. So We judge each other because we're trying to avoid getting into similar circumstances that are equally, if not worse, in regards to how uncomfortable they are. So, we have to judge. We have to measure. We have to weigh. We have to evaluate as we go. Otherwise, we're just flying blind. So that comes with having free will. We got to look at someone over the course of time and go, okay, are they telling a crock of shit? Are they making stuff up? Are they lying? Or are they being true to their nature? And you observe that over time. And sometimes they'll show you what you want to see over time and fool you. But, I mean, I've been caught in that trap a bunch of times. Yeah, I think it's important to be mindful and to be observant of the actions of people over a course of time. Because I can't think of any other way where you can get empirical evidence about, the world around you than observation and interaction. I feel like I'm answering these relatively well. And some of these are deep questions. So this is good deep diving. All right, one more, and then I'm ending the stream. Well, they're from the heart or whatever I got in here. Yeah, I mean, hey, all of these questions I have thought at one time or another and actually tried to answer in my own brain to go, well, where am I going? There was Dr. Gregory Stock wrote a book called The Book of Questions. And there's a bunch of questions that is essentially kind of like a parlor trick where you would go through and you'd ask a group, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And one of the questions in it was, do you think the world will be a better or worse place 100 years from now? And immediately after listening to a George Carlin album, I went through this book and I wrote answers into every question that they asked. And in the regards to will the world be a better or worse place 100 years from now, I said, no, it's going to be terrible. Why? Because I'm going to be gone. And without me, this world is going to suck a little more than it did. That always sat with me. And I love George Carlin. As cynical and as cutting as he was bright. There's an example for the funny, intelligent people. He hit a lot of stuff on the head. A little bit. I mean, I miss my dad. I miss my sister. I wish they were still alive. I miss my dogs. But all things do come to pass. But yeah, I wish my dad could see what I've done, with my life. And I wish I could hang with my sister again. But I don't have that power. And again, remember, I still have that little tiny bit of hope that says, there might still be a partner out there for me. In which case, even then, I mean, that would be a small lifting of loneliness for a little bit, but the one constant in the universe is change. Sometimes you can be the most lonely with other people. Brittany Robarge, for example. I never felt so alone in the presence of another human being. It was just like, wow, she isn't seeing me at all. She gives zero shits. That was a weird one. But it was a decent enough experience. Didn't hurt me much. It may hurt my feelings a little bit. But I'm pretty solid overall, emotionally anyway. But they're good questions. And this has been a deep dive tonight. And typically I just come up here and sing silly songs and interact, but every now and then someone will go in down the Zen route with me. And so this is fun. It's not just fun. It's awesome. And to be a capitalistic stooge, I, I do have a T-shirt store down down underneath the chat. Even with many family members and people beside me, I feel quite alone. It's very easy, to have. I mean, what was the quote? I mean, you can be surrounded by people who love you, but if you don't have someone who loves you exclusively, you can still feel terribly alone. I want to say that was Anne Frank, or I'm probably screwing that up. But we all want to think that there is that one person that our heart can connect to in a way that we can't connect with family and relatives and friends and stuff like that. So I get the feeling. I share it to a degree. But I can look at the broader world and go, there are a lot of other people who are much worse. So I'm grateful for the stability I have. Yeah, and I mean, but if it were really that easy to find that one, I mean, would it be of any value then if you could just pick it up off the street? How much do you suffer for what you truly want or for what's truly destined for you, assuming you believe in destiny? I still like to think that I have some agency over where my timeline ends up a little bit. But the only thing you can do is keep being observant and keep going out and keep looking around. You never know. The universe surprises you. I discovered things that I had no clue existed, and I'm discovering stuff all the time. But here, let this sit with you in regards to that sense of dwelling in one's own loneliness. In nature itself, there are plenty of videos that I have seen of animals rescuing other animals or having empathy or showing love, kindness, compassion to other animals. And these are supposedly lesser creatures than us. If compassion, love, sympathy, empathy, kindness exists in the animal kingdom, maybe there's hope for the entire universe. And so, with that thought, I mean, there is a big universe out there, and we're not going to be able to see it all at once. But if we're lucky, you can have a brother you connect to, you can have a mother you connect to, you can have some people in your life who you're like, okay, it may not be exactly what I want, but this is what I got, and the universe is catching me. Well, an empty home doesn't mean an empty heart. And it depends on where your agency allows your presence to dwell. So keep that in mind as you go forward too. You can choose to reflect on how lonely you are, or you can choose to reflect on, all right, well, where do I go to change that? And how do I make the world around me a little bit brighter for me, and then even for others around me? All right, but with that, I'm starting to fade quickly. Thank you very much for being with me tonight and for hanging out this last hour. The questions were awesome, and it got me thinking a lot, and I'm going to continue thinking about it. I will be streaming again multiple times tomorrow, and please, if you can, go back, look through some of my older videos, comment on them, give me an idea of what I'm doing that you like so I can repeat more of it. With that, have a good night, guys.